welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are jumping straight back into the Mk7 Transit. Unfortunately, I have managed to break my toe the other week because we've been moving the workshop around, and I managed to squish my toe like an absolute plank. So yeah, light duties for me for a little bit, unfortunately. But full disclosure, and thanks to Atoto, I'm hoping I've pronounced that right, but they have sent me out this Apple Carplay stereo, which has come at the best time, because unfortunately I've just got a standard head unit in that. My last van had a Parrot hands-free thing, which is absolutely brilliant. For those of you that work in the trade, you're always in your van, you're always driving the jobs, you always end up with a phone call for more work, and you don't really want to be answering that with your phone because you will end up with a ticket, which isn't ideal, is it? So thankfully this thing will link to my phone and I can answer phone calls without actually touching my phone, which is ideal. So I have had to buy some additional bits and pieces. They don't supply it with all the adapter kits and whatnot, so I've got a wiring adapter there, a fascia kit, little antenna adapter, a couple of keys for removing the original stereo, and then I think that is for my steering wheel controls. What come with the Atoto thing though is a rear view camera. We probably won't get into that today because that involves taking half the back of my van apart, and I'm not really in the mood for that right now, but we'll do that another time. And then we've got all of this here. So what I'll do is I'll put it on a tripod, we'll unbox this, see exactly what we've got, and then we'll get to fitting it. So what do we have in this box then? Let's open it up and have a nosy. So first thing, a number of wiring adapters. We'll have to figure out which one of these we need for our application. Couple of brackets and screws. What is that? Wi-Fi antenna. Okay. Microphone for making your phone calls and whatnot. Something to do with a fascia. Load of instructions. I'm a typical man, so we won't be using them. Another fascia. And then I'm guessing this is going to be the main bit itself. Well, that's definitely smaller than I'd imagined it. And it's actually made of alley as well. Okay. First impressions though, it's quite a neat looking little thing. Pretty well wrapped up as well. There we have it. Blue USB connection there. Plenty of ins and outs. Yeah, not a bad looking little thing. Ideal. Right, I think the next step then is going to be getting the old one out and see how we fit this one back in. It would start raining though as soon as I need to go outside and actually start doing something. What is going on with the weather, man? It's bank holiday Monday. It should be nice. No good. Right, let's get inside the van where it's not going to be wet and actually start taking the stereo out. Welcome to my humble abode then, ladies and gentlemen. This is essentially my place of work. Now, this is the standard head unit. Don't get me wrong, it's great, it works, it does everything it needs to do, besides answering the phone. So that is where the new one comes in dead handy, really. So to remove this one, what we need to do is open up our packet of stereo keys, and these things you need to put that in so that the curved bit is facing in to the van. That snaps in like that. That one in there like that. And then we need two more. Like that, and then you need to pull in on these into the centre of the stereo, and then just like that it's released. So we shall pull that out and see what we're dealing with. And this is what we have on the back of a Mk7 Transit stereo then, folks. Got your antenna coming in, and then your main harness that clips in the back here. This will just pull out and then on here you just got to squeeze a little tab down the back here and then move this flap over, and that will release that harness. So we'll get on with that, remove this out of the way, and then hopefully we can start fitting the new one in there. Well, like I say, so we basically need to pull the tab down on the back of this, lift that little arm up, and then that should, in theory, release that, just like that, nice and easy. And then your antenna literally just pops out. As simple as that. So this is obviously your main harness. You've got all your speakers out and your lives and ins and whatever else. Now, that little white bit there, I believe, is for steering controls. So I would like to ideally get them functioning again, because it is nice having the use of that. And then obviously we need to pop our adapter inside here. So yeah, let's go and get the new one, and we'll see how we go about fitting that in here. Alright then guys, let's bring you up to speed, because I have been playing around with this. I didn't want it to turn into a video of me just faffing around and getting irritated with it not wanting to fit properly. So I have already had this fitted in, just so I can get this all sorted out and set. The cage I got with my adapter kit is absolutely useless. It doesn't fit at all in the hole. So what I've done is fix the brackets to the head unit that come with the head unit, and then fix these side pieces to that. What I've then done is drilled a hole in the center of each of these brackets. I have had to trim the top off and the bottom, but what they do is then line up with these two holes that are already in the dashboard here. So this center part of the dash is screwed in them 2 points. So I'm utilizing that to fix my stereo in. That works lovely, and then the fascia then snaps in absolutely spot on. Wiring wise, we are actually looking pretty good. So the harness from the Transit just connects into this adapter harness, which then goes to the harness for the Atoto. That is absolutely fine, that is spot on. The issue we are having, however, is trying to get the steering wheel stalk controls to work, basically. For whatever reason, this bit and the Connects 2 thing that I had, it doesn't want to work in the slightest. So rather than getting flustered about that and getting annoyed with it, I've decided I don't need that anyway, because let's face it, I'm only sitting here and I only need to reach over there to turn the thing up and down anyway, so there's no real hardship, is it? Let's be honest. I have already run in the little microphone thing for the hands-free cooling, so that runs across there, down the A-post. That A-post trim just literally snaps out. Glove box, you literally open that, there's a couple of little tabs just inside, you pinch them over, lay it right down, and then it just pops out. Easy as that. And then you just fish the wire through all the way up into the back where your head unit is, and that is that there. So that is all nice and easy. What we're going to do now is I'm going to pop you on a tripod, we're going to pop all that in, and then we're set about trying to figure out how we work this thing. Right, hopefully then guys, I've positioned you in a spot where you can see what I'm doing. So this is the Wi-Fi antenna. I'm basically just going to stick this to the underside of the dashboard there, in such a place that it's still going to reach the head unit. I do believe this is for the wireless connectivity to the phone, so you don't actually necessarily need to connect your phone to the stereo. And that is that. And again, we do have a USB which is connected to the stereo, so I'm going to utilise my little ashtray bit down there for that. So hopefully I can fish this straight down and get that through that hole down there somewhere, just like that. Let's connect this sucker in. This is your main harness from the van, going through the appropriate adapters. Bosh that in there like so. Then this goes on to there. These things never go to plan when you're trying to film something, do they? That is that in there, and then we plug our aerial in, and then last but not least, the microphone. which goes in about there, and then it's simply a case of popping it in. Obviously trying not to snag any wires in the process. Now the screws we've got for this are the original screws out of the dash, and they are a little bit short if I'm honest, so ideally you'd want to get some slightly bigger screws, but for the time being they are going to work for what I need it to work for. And bosh. Turn the ignition on, and there we go. Something's happening. It don't even take too long to boot up, to be fair. Ideal. Right, let's pop this fascia on quickly. Like a stocking on a chicken's leg. And we'll pop that in there. Done. And just like that, we're there, folks. Now the only gripe I do have is that these little surrounds don't really fit too well. This is currently the surround that comes with the stereo. If I can get it out. So that one comes with the stereo, and this one comes with the adapter kit, but neither of which fill the hole around the adapter fascia bit itself. So you kind of, yeah, just got to go with whatever one looks the best really. To be honest, I think that one probably looks the best out of the two that I've got. So we shall live with that one, just like that. Not too shabby. Right. Let's get my phone connected up and then we'll see if we can figure this thing out. And welcome back to my office, folks. This is about, what, say a week or so after the last clip you would have seen. I had to go and eat my dinner after that last clip, and I thought, well, rather than filming anything that evening, I might as well give this thing a proper try out and see how it goes. And it's been absolutely spot on. Like I say, I've been using this for a little over a week now, and I can't fault it. It's been absolutely blinding in my van. So let's give you a little run through. This is obviously your main screen. This is your CarPlay. This is what I've been using. Maps have been absolutely brilliant for me. Like I say, I'm in the trades, I'm driving left, right and centre to jobs and whatnot, and you just type in where you need to go on here and it will come through your speakers, and it's just been brilliant. If you're a numbskull like me and you're quite good at not listening to directions and whatnot and taking the wrong turn, this thing overcomes that because it blasts it out through your speakers at whatever volume you're listening to your radio at. So I haven't actually taken a wrong turn recently, which is ideal. Obviously you can type in exactly where you want to go and it will take you there, a lot like a Google map on your phone essentially. So yeah, cannot fault that. It's been blinding. Obviously radio 2, blah blah blah, and then you get all your apps from your phone on here. So, well, not all of them, just the ones that will play through the Apple CarPlay. So obviously your calendar, settings, messages, you can have your messages set up so it will read out any messages that come through whilst you're driving, but I turned that function off because I found it a bit irritating, to be honest. Obviously you can make phone calls through here, you can get to all your call logs, all your contacts and all that sort of stuff. Apple Music, that's been brilliant as well. I predominantly just listen to radio really, BBC Radio 2, because I'm getting old. Obviously WhatsApp, Waze, that's another good one as well. So that is basically it for the Apple CarPlay stuff. If you go on to the main screen, you've obviously got various other functions. You've got your mirror link and all that sort of stuff. You've also got Android connectivity as well. And then we can go on to this screen again, Android Auto link. So if you plug your wire in, you can then link it directly to this, and you get your phone screen come straight up on here. BT audio, micro SD, I haven't got that, but I presume I can use that if I plug it into the USB cord here. Rear camera, again, we didn't fit that, so I can't use that one. I will get round to fitting the rear view camera. I'll just, yeah, as and when I've got time. Obviously front camera, again, haven't got that. AV in, EQ, now this is quite good. Obviously you can change your balance and your fader, but if you click on the EQ, you've got various different presets here. Now for the music I generally listen to, rock seems to be the best one out of all of them, so yeah, have a play with that and figure out what's good for you. Another thing whilst I'm thinking about it is this little sun emblem up here. So if you click on that, half sun, that fades it down a little bit, and then moon, and then it drops right down. Now another thing, when you're driving down the road, it starts going dark, which it isn't at the moment. It's actually really nice outside today. When you turn your lights on when it goes dark, this thing will automatically fade down a little bit, which is really good, so you're not blasted in the eyes with a really bright screen. So that is obviously that. And then you've got settings. So settings, set all your language, date and time. To be fair, as soon as you connect your phone, date and time just automatically gets set anyway. When you first turn this thing on, you get this beep tone, which is actually rather annoying, to be honest. So I've turned that straight off. As you can tell, every single time you push on something, it will bleep like that, and yeah, it gets a bit annoying. So obviously that's about device, factory reset, blah blah blah. Display settings, again, you can change all your dimming levels, night dimming levels and all that sort of stuff. Panel key lighting is the lighting just down the side here, so I'm currently on green, as you can see. You've got red, yellow, blue, white, orange, and then off, but I quite like the green, so we'll ride with that for now. Wallpaper, the wallpaper is basically what's behind there. So at the minute I've got what looks like the sun coming up over the side of the over the earth, but you have got various different presets on here again. So just for argument's sake, let's click on that one, come back out of here, and now it's all whatever the hell you want to call that, really. So yeah, it's all pretty good. Change that back, quite like that one. It's quite not so in your face. And then audio settings, pretty self-explanatory really. And then you just got all them other settings there as well, which you can get into. I won't go into it right now. If you get one of these, then you can go through and figure it all out for yourself. But overall, I mean, this has been absolutely fantastic for me. Cannot fault it. I probably should connect up the rear camera. I think that would be a good function to have on here, to be honest, but we'll get round to that another time. But generally speaking, absolutely spot on. I cannot fault this, so I'd like to say thanks again to the guys at Atoto for sending this out, because this couldn't have come at a better time really. Now that I've just started using my new work van, this has been absolutely brilliant. So again, thank you very much, and I highly recommend to any one of you guys that you go ahead and go get one of these. I will leave a link in the description below to Amazon where you can pick one of these up yourselves. I'll also leave the link for the surround and the adapter cable if you want to fit one of these into a Transit yourself. However, like I said before, there is a little bit of a discrepancy in fitment on the overall sort of fascia plate, but to be honest, you soon forget about that, and it don't really bother you anyway. So overall, not too bad. And I have found out why I couldn't get my controls down here to work, and that is because the company had actually sent me out an analog Connect 2 adapter rather than a CAN bus one. So they're going to send me out a new CAN bus one, and then we should be able to get all of this functioning and all will be good. So yeah, something a bit different, but like I say, I'm on light duties at the moment. I did manage to break my toe moving the workshop rounds like an absolute plank, but we are starting to get through the other end of that now, so I'm just about to dive back into the workshop and actually do some work on the car. But that is going to be it, folks. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. I know, like I say, it has been different, but yeah, couldn't say no to having one of those sent out to me. So yeah, it is what it is. But like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more, and I shall see you on the next one. Peace.